Okay, this is my 1967 VW single cab. I'm going to show you what I'm doing to narrow the rear torsion housing. What I've got here is just an empty tranny case, just for the sake of being lightweight and not having the axles up in there in my way. I just bolted a piece of plywood to the sides of the tranny where the side covers go and bored a hole through the center, on center where the axles would be. Now I have a piece of pipe in there to simulate the axles as if the car was sitting at zero camber, where the axles are straight or level. So now what I've done, let's jump forward to the torsion housing. The casting here, here's the torsion housing, and I've sawed this off with a sawzall flush to the casting. The casting fits inside the housing and is welded through these holes, which I've drilled new ones here. This housing has been shortened about 1.25 inches. It's done on each side. So now let me jump forward here to the milling machine. I'll show you what I've done. Here's the casting, and it had spot welds. The holes in the tubes were all around the OD here. So I've had to machine that off, machine the spot welds off, and then I shortened the tubing down here 1.25 inches. So now the casting will go into the torsion housing 1.25 inches deeper. So there's 2.5 inches total that I've narrowed the rear end, and that's what it takes to make a stock bug tranny bolt in without modifying the axle tubes or the axles. So the other advantage of doing this, I did both sides here in less than a day. The other advantage is you can rotate this up to the correct angle before welding, so that you don't have to notch the spring plates. So now I haven't done all my homework as far as figuring my angle or where I want this to be, but I can rotate this to where I want. As you can see, this is the piece of pipe that represents the center of my axle. So I've got this to go by to figure out where I want my torsion housing to be. So, and all I'm going to do is drop my axle. I'm going to compare my 65 bug with just an angle finder to see how much angle I get at full droop when the spring plate is against the stop. And I'm going to match that with this and weld my castings back on. And then I'm going to machine the ends out of my bus spring plates, and it should be a bolt-in. So I can take a stock 65 transmission and bolt it in. The 65s have the short castings on the end of the axles, which allows for more clearance between the drum and the fender well, so you can get a little fatter tire in there. Right now I can fit a 9-inch wide tire in here, and should be no problem. So I'll try to update you later and show you my progress after the tranny's bolted in. But anyway, this is my project so far. Can't wait to get it on the road. I'll film a part 2 after the transmission is installed. See you later.